is the only thing real. Broken beyond repair. I just can't take the pain. I don't want to be here. I waited for you when you put me through all the pain inside your mind. I'm giving up. You took everything, now you're walking away. This time I think I'm done. We're giving up. They thought inside of my mind made me feel like I should die. I'm so broken beyond comprehension. There seems to be no escape. I live a life full of hate. I'm so tired of being forgotten. I waited for you when you put me through all the pain inside your mind. I'm giving up. You took everything, now you're walking away. This time I think I'm done. We're giving up. I'm giving up. I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken. I waited for you when you put me through all the pain inside your mind. I'm giving up. You took everything, now you're walking away. This time I think I'm done. We're giving up.
Dancing with the dark, I wallow. No, we breathe within.
mind. Self-reflection, not the mirror on the wall. Imperfections, overanalyze every flaw. Self-destructive deception, deadly conversations. Yeah, in my head, I wind up dead, but that's not my intention. You won't like what you find. Deep in the dark depths of my mind, the walls are closing in. I feel this is the end. We'll make it out alive. You should hear the things I say to myself. I wouldn't tell my enemy. I wouldn't tell my enemy. You should hear the things I say to myself. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm my own worst enemy. Self-inflicted perception, thinking deeper in my mind. Right times in my vanity. I'll make it out alive. First in line to hate my rhymes. I don't know why I waste my time. I can't find happiness. I've tried. Maybe I'm blind. I should throw it all away and find another different girl. I should give up on my dreams. See my hope for being broke. Stop believing in myself. I'm not a diamond in the rough. Disappear to my doubts, cause I'll never be enough. Every time I feel this way, I feel the weight of feeling wrong. Try to be myself today, but it won't stay that way for long. Introspective imperfections, yeah, I see them all. Try to sing the pain away, but I just sing the same old song. Yeah. You should hear the things I say to myself. I wouldn't tell my enemy. I wouldn't tell my enemy. You should hear the things I say to myself. I'm my own worst enemy. I'm my own worst enemy.
Well, all right, everyone. Happy Merry Hump Day. Here we are for another episode of Banger Wednesday. And real quick, I do want to talk about the playlist real quick. It's something I really like to do. All those bands we listened to coming into the show tonight are bands that are on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist, and every single one of them have been on the show, brought us the tracks, and we've done live Q&A with them. So I love pointing that out because we have had some amazing bands that have come through the show. In fact, the very last one I played, they actually did a short tour with Convictions, if any of you guys are familiar with them. So they're doing some really cool things. I think they're out in Nashville. But again, the show has been amazing. We're starting to get towards the end of season 3, and I just get excited every Wednesday because I don't listen to any of these tracks ahead of time, so I can't wait to get here and listen to everything. So if any of you guys decided to rickroll me, we'll find out pretty soon because, like I said, I don't listen to them ahead of time. But let me go straight to the intros because I saw my boy Dom just hopped in. So joining me tonight on the co-host panel, vocalist from the band Distance is Dead, vocalist from the band A Day on Earth, and artist behind the band Set Alive, TikTok content creator, Dom. Yeah, he's got a long one. I was glad I got him out the way first. Also joining me on the co-host panel in spirit, because he's with one of the bands tonight, so he's going to sit there and look pretty all night. We got Bo, guitarist from the band Elijah, and our resident gear guru. And we have a special guest host I'm actually really excited about. We got Ryan Ellis here. Some of you guys probably seen him before. I'm not gonna pump him up too much because I want him to have all of the glory. Because we're gonna come back to him later, and he's gonna give us the lowdown. But he's gonna be joining us with some of the reviews and Q&A sections with these bands. So I'm anxious to hear what Ryan thinks about some of these guys. Also, we got 4 bands tonight. Like I said, we got Elijah, which is Bo's band. We also have One of the Last, Next Door to Heaven, and World Shaper. So it's going to be a fun night. I think 3 of the 4 bands sent YouTube videos, so we got videos to listen to and watch, I should say. So I'm not going to play around too much. Let's go straight to it. I got John here with the band One of the Last. And John, why don't you unmute and tell us a little bit about the band and the track we're about to check out.
So, thank you so much for having me on. My name is John O'Connor. I'm the lead vocalist of the band One of the Last. We are a hybrid metal band out of Brooklyn, New York. Real quick, hybrid metal is a mixture of metalcore, hard rock, and thrash. And the track you're about to play is called Red Flag, and mostly it's about finding the, hate to use the term, red flags in relationships and having others see it that you personally don't see it first off, sort of that whole thing. But
I totally
let the track play
that.
and let's see what they think.
Hell yeah. I like that. So here we go. Well, I don't want to say I like that. I like the idea behind it. Red flags are bad. But so if you're following along at home and you're listening on Twitch, make sure you put your eyes on Twitch because this is one of the videos I mentioned. So here we go. We're going to check out One of the Last. Here we go. Oh, not like that. We're not.
This place
All right, all right. So let me get everyone. Well, not everyone. Let me get John back up big on the screen. And you know what, Dom? I saw you banging your head over there. Why don't you go ahead and start us off on the Q&A?
All right. Freaking amazing song. It's a banger. I'm a sucker for good solos these days. It was a sick solo breakdown.
Thanks.
The composition was seriously, I, not- how do I say this? It was unique. It was composed enough to keep you listening. Things were happening. It wasn't just copy repeat of basically just the same chorus. At least it sounded like to me. Like, I don't know. I dug this. It's a headbanger. The drums were really powerful. That snare just freaking cracks, dude. On especially those drops. Um, yeah, man, I loved it. So I guess my first question for you guys, walk me through the foundation of your band, like how you guys founded, uh, how all the members met and stuff like that.
So we were founded in 2016 by our two guitarists, Mario and Parker. They were in another band called Unholy Dispute. That band broke up, and they just put pieces together. They eventually found me off of Bandmix in 2019, and we talked. They sent over a few demos, sent them back over. They liked what they heard. Then I joined, and then during 2021, a little bit, I guess, post-pandemic, if you want to call it that, Dan joined the band, the drummer. He joined as well. And as of right now, we are looking for a bass player, but we are going as a four-piece as of right now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So we are also looking for a bass player for one of my bands. They're tricky to find sometimes, but
I
sometimes
don't
so
know
fun.
why. Can't they just go like this? It's really not that hard.
So what's the inspiration of the song? I guess lyrically, and walk me through how you guys composed this.
Okay, so funny enough, we before Dan joined the band, we were having drummer tryouts, and this one drummer came in, phenomenal. The guy was a machine, beast behind the kit. The only problem was he brought his girlfriend along, and his girlfriend started interviewing us and going live on Twitch the entire time. Now, normally I really wouldn't care. Obviously, we're live on Twitch now. Hi, Twitch. But the problem is he's going on a quote-unquote job interview. He's trying to become the drummer of our band, and the entire time you just have his girlfriend going, "So hi, I'm with John, he's the singer," and I'm like, what is going on here? And Parker basically said, yeah, he's a great drummer, but she is definitely a red flag. And then years later, I guess 2 or 3 years later, it clicked in my head. I'm like, you know what, let me write a song called Red Flag. Wrote the entire song out, and then Parker was the one who went and said, was that about the girl that went along to the audition? And went, indirectly, yes. So that's what we're going with. But the lyrics are basically about seeing the red flags in a relationship that, you know, you're stuck in and you really want to get out of.
That's awesome. Well, just yeah, that's a pretty cool story. I like that. So audition, she didn't know, but she was gonna be a part of the song.
Oh yeah, yeah. So if this becomes a, well, not if, when this becomes a major hit, I'll put her in the liner credits.
There you go. Well, heck, freaking awesome, man. I love this. It was catchy as hell. It was really composed. I guess last question, and then we'll move on to the next host. But uh was this DIY? Was this recorded in a studio?
So
Which was
this was recorded with our drummer Dan. He did the production on it. Then we sent it out for mixing to Ricky Armelino, the guitarist of Ice Nine Kills, who did a phenomenal job. And for mastering, we sent it out to the great and powerful Ted Jensen, who's done American Idiot, Hotel California by the Eagles, a whole bunch of great songs. Basically, if you heard a rock song in the last 20, 30 years, Ted Jensen basically mastered it. So we wanted to make sure that we put a lot of effort into a song and make a catchy single, but we also didn't want it to sound like shit. So we just wanted to make sure that, you know, the quality was up to snuff for our liking, and this was the finished product.
hell yeah. Oh man, thanks for coming on, guys. Like that's appreciate it. I don't know if you got any is it just you with the band today
Yes.
for okay, wonderful. Well, shout out
Screw
to
the
them.
others. All you need is me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love the
amazing
confidence.
job. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on now.
Yeah, yeah. So Ryan, give us your take on this track. What are you thinking?
Honestly, I almost think you guys need to add a little bit of new metal to your repertoire there because you had some really like Godsmack influences, like I heard, especially in the intro there. I was really digging the production on it as well, like the way the different guitar leads came in. It wasn't just like a shreddy lead; it was something that was melodic and fit really well with the song. And being a guitarist, obviously, I'm pretty biased towards that kind of stuff too. And being a self-proclaimed non-shredder, it's nice to see that people are just able to riff and put some melody in there that complements the vocals. And I think you guys did a really, really great job on that song with it. So, nice job, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah! And I'm follow up with Ryan here because he mentioned guitars. Could you maybe answer some guitar questions? What was the guitar tuning on that track?
I believe it's either drop D or standard.
Okay.
I don't think we went that. I don't think we went that.
Yeah, it sounded
low.
like it was up there. Yeah, that's why I was asking. I liked it though. It fit the style that you guys were going for. It was very clear and had a lot of crunch in it, which is just great. So follow up question to that: did these guys were they DI'd into something, or were these analog cabinets amped and mic'd?
It was straight DI.
Okay.
That I know for a fact.
Do
Yes.
you know plugins?
Vocalists don't really know about. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a Dan question.
Hey, I got him. I
will.
him.
I'll get back to you. Yeah.
All good.
You know, the awesome plugin. That's what it was. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me too. But and so following up on that as well, the drums, studio wise, did you guys go ahead and program those, or did you guys do live kit as well?
So Dan did it on his electronic kit.
Okay. Let's say it sounded really, really clean. Man, this is a really good sound. I do like the mix and master all the way through. So kudos to those guys for hooking you up for sure. So I'm gonna go with a few other business questions as I do. What platforms are you guys primarily promoting right now? Where do you want people to go to listen to you guys?
Honestly, anywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. All you have to go to is oneofthelastband.com for all of your One of the Last Band needs.
Yep, and that was a setup question. And if you, for whatever reason, you can't remember that, they are going to live on the official Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist for eternity. So if you forget, just come to the playlist, find them, and then click on their band, and you can go to their playlist. So back to you guys. You guys got any gigs going on or anything coming up?
So nothing at the moment, but we do have a little announcement that I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you, but I'm going to tell you because I do that well. We are actually signed to a label. We are signed to Curtain Call Records, which is an imprint off of Sony Records. And I believe that's getting announced tomorrow officially. So
hey, you heard it here first. Yeah,
there you go.
I love it. Love it. All right. Well, another question, merch. Do you guys have merch available? People like to hear about that.
So we do have merch available. As of right now, we don't have a merch store just yet. We're looking into getting new designs and a bunch of new products up in the near future. But if you want a shirt, just message us on any platform, and we'll get it out to you. Very cheap too.
Hell yeah. And I just thought of another one here. Was this track off of an album you guys recently released, or is this a part of an album that's coming out? What's the writing process going on for you guys?
So it's a part of an album coming out, or part of an EP coming out called the Gold Standard EP. As of right now, we have 2 songs up on all of the streaming platforms. We have this one and the title track, the Gold Standard. As well, we have another song coming out, I believe, hold on, we're in November, I believe in January. And then I think every 3 months we're going to come out with another track until we hit the 5th and final track. And that's when the whole EP will be released. So I believe, if I do my math correctly, we should be looking summer of 2025. Oh,
yeah. Awesome. I like the way you guys are going to roll that out. Definitely will help you guys fight the algorithm for sure. Doing the
absolutely
the sequenced releases. Awesome. Well, I think we asked you a lot of questions. Do you have anything else we may have missed that you want to tell all of the beautiful people?
Nothing that I can think of. If you want us to come to your neighborhood, we are willing to drive, fly, sail, whatever. You can just reach out to us at oneofthelastband@gmail.com, oneofthelastband@gmail.com, and just say, hey, I live in the middle of nowhere, Illinois. Can you come out and play a show? We'll figure something out. We'll come out to you. And like I said before, if you want to follow us anywhere, if you want to hear us, if you want to say hi, whatever works, oneofthelastband.com for all of your One of the Last Band needs.
Oh, and just a few comments I saw rolling through at the very end here. Ryan is Heartless. Hit me up when you're in SF, which I'm assuming is San Francisco. Let's see. I'm just going down the list. Make sure I didn't miss anything in chat. If you come to the Midwest, Elijah will be there.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, for those of you that may have hopped in a little late, this is one of the last. We got John here with us. We just hit him with a few questions and checked out this awesome video that they threw down for us. And just another little note, the show isn't a one-hit wonder show, so every band that comes on the show is always welcome to come back. I keep in touch with pretty much every band, so if you like these guys, they may be coming back soon. We'll see. And I'm going to use that as a segue. So to remind everyone, we're getting towards the end of Season 3, and we'll be back, obviously, for Season 4 at the beginning of the year for 2025. I just quickly want to remind everyone, if they want to get in on the swag giveaway, you have to go to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, cost you nothing, comment the word certified on any video, and that'll enter you into the drawing. And I'm going to give away a hoodie, a shirt, and a hat to one lucky person. You get to pick the sizes, colors for all 3 items. So if you want to get in on that, make sure you go to that YouTube channel and help us get that thing up and rolling, man. All right. And again, John, thank you so much to you and your crew for putting together a really awesome song. It came together tremendously well. Everyone loved it. And again, it's going to be on the playlist with everyone else. And keep in touch. Hopefully we get you guys back on whenever you start rolling out some of those new releases, okay?
Will do. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, yeah. That was one of the last, everyone. And we're going to go ahead and go straight into the next band. I have Next Door to Heaven, and I have Gene and Daria here. Let me get them nice and big on the screen. Why don't you guys unmute, tell us a little bit about the band and this track we're about to check out.
Hi, we are Next Door to Heaven band. We are an international band based in Los Angeles. Our band actually started in St. Petersburg in Russia years ago. And then we moved to California a few years ago. And here we found a bassist and a drummer. So we're playing here like full time now. And now we're locals in Los Angeles, and now we feel like it. The song that you're going to listen to is called Ways. And Ways is actually a song about a freedom of choice for everyone, either to be an asshole, let's be honest, or to be a nice person. So just in general, I can say that it's about always having a choice.
Hell yeah. And just real quick, first off, welcome to the States, and congratulations on coming to the States and being able to find a bass player. Yes. I mean, you've already won as far as we're concerned. All right. So same deal, guys. If you are at home listening, and you want to watch, these guys did send a video as well. And I got that queued up here. Took me a second. Sorry about that. So put your eyes on Twitch. We're going to check out Next Door to Heaven, Ways. Here we go.
Human should think that maybe a few mistakes.
All right. I like that. Okay, cool. So let me get you guys back on the big screen here. And you know what? I think we're going to let our special guest host take the lead on this one. Ryan, what you think about this track?
Incoming
I
distance.
loved it. It was honestly unexpected at every turn. Like every time I thought I knew what the progression was going to change to, I was wrong, and I love that. And not in like a gratuitous proggy way, like in a good, like, I don't know, Pliny or intervals proggy kind of way. You know, like it's really really catchy. The way that it went, like that chorus progression, I did not expect a higher note for the guitars and the instrumentals to go up to, and it fit the vocals really well. So I don't know where you guys came up with that one. I haven't heard that progression before, to be honest with you, but are you influenced by like any classical music by chance? Because it sounds like there was some coming out there.
a lot. A lot.
A lot, of course. I mean, if you ever heard about St. Petersburg in Russia, it's famous for its musicians a lot, and especially classical musicians. And while growing up, we all learned and listened to a lot of classical music. Of course, we were trained as musicians since we were kids, so of course, yeah.
That makes sense. It's starting to make sense more and more. A lot of the classically trained musicians writing stuff that's really outside of the box and different from what is out there in music lately. So, what were you guys using? I'm gonna piggyback off the question about guitars from the last band, but what were you guys using for the guitars and the amps in that? Because it sounded ridiculous. Like when that intro riff hits, I was just like, "Damn, I felt that." So.
Yeah. So yeah, we used we were completely DI, so we used mix wave Mike Stringer from Spirit Box.
Boom, me too. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely could hear some of those influences in there. What were you guys tuned to? Was that a super low tuning, or was that?
No, it was drop D.
Damn, man, you can make drop D sound ridiculously heavy and dare I say genty. I know everybody thinks that's not a word, but that you made drop D sound really, really good.
And it was single coils.
That makes sense. It was cutting, man, but it sounded thick. What kind of single coils were those?
Fishman's.
Okay. Fair enough. That's all I got for you guys. I love that song, honestly. I'm definitely going to be streaming that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're coming to you next, Dom, but real quick. It's that Mike Stringer plug-in. That thing's, I love it. But Dom, hop on in here.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off Ryan. Like, I'm a big fan of like blast beats and crazy drums, and those drums were awesome. Was that MIDI or was that actual played drums?
Yeah, it was actual drummer.
No freaking way. That's
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's true.
you're a drummer,
Some
dude.
people ask if that's a robot.
Yeah, no, it sounded because it was so the timing was really freaking tight, and I didn't expect the blast beats to. That was fast. That's a really good drummer.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. So, dang. I guess one of my first comments would probably be coming from a different country. There's always this cool dynamic, and you get bands like because I think the Cranberries from a different country as well. You have like these Welsh bullet for My Valentine. All of these different accents that get applied into music create such an amazing dynamic with the vocals that it creates other sounds that you're not necessarily gonna for us like here in the US, and it's freaking unique and sick. So I really enjoyed that. Like props on you. Your singing was freaking beautiful. That was absolutely amazing. And then kind of again piggybacking off Ryan, like the composition surprised me a lot. Having like, I mean, I'm not classically trained like you guys, but I mean, just you can hear the fluctuations and kind of intensity that's going through the song as it progresses, and then it'll just be a drop off with a really nice surprise that isn't honestly just doesn't feel like you just dropped it like it was another part of the song. It meshed really well with the song, so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm trying to forget. I've kind of forgot where my question was going to be. Sorry.
All right. Sorry. At least you're just pretty, man. At least you're pretty. We're good.
Yeah, that's all that matters. But I guess I kind of want to go deeper into the move. Like, what was that like for you guys moving so far away for music and stuff like that?
I mean, we made this decision a few years ago, and it happened so that we had some connections with the US before moving here, and we had a manager that we met. Actually, surprisingly, we met him online. We didn't even go to the US first to meet the manager. So it happened so that he heard what we were playing and he was interested, and so on and so forth. And when we were considering are we moving to the US or not, we were like, as we are considering it, as people that are going to move here completely legally and all of that, we were like, we always have a choice. If something goes wrong, or if, we don't like it, or I don't know, for whatever reason, we can always get back. It was 3.5 years ago. So when we were moving here, it was absolutely conscious. And yeah, it took us some time to get used to, I think more to get used to California rather than getting used to the US itself, because California is a different world. We've been to a few states and we know that it's all different in different states, at least on different coasts and in the middle of the country. So yeah, it takes some time to get used to California, but when you finally do, you're like, okay, now I know everything. Now I know how to move, how to do it. That's okay.
Yeah, that's so wonderful, guys. Yeah, no, the dedication and the commitment's pretty freaking wild. You don't see that a lot. So are you guys gonna be playing any shows anytime soon?
Not really soon, but in January we're going to open for Tommy Vexed in West Hollywood. So yeah, you're all welcome. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, I'm only a state away, so I might make the drive.
Great, we'll be happy to see you there. Let us know.
Yeah. Oh, I will. Yeah, but that's all I got. Again, amazing song, guys. Seriously amazing. I'll pass it on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys are just winning all the way around. You move over into the States, you found a bassist and a machine drummer, so I mean, you guys already made it as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, surprised is my first word. When we started coming into the intro and you guys were telling us about the move and everything, for some reason in my head, my first thought was a more of a standard European melodic metal and maybe a little bit lower tuning than what we got, but pleasantly surprised. We got this and I loved it. Ryan covered a lot of the key things I wanted to mention, but that chord progression was very interesting. I definitely like it, and like Ryan said, it's definitely not something you hear often, if ever. I'm getting older, so my memory ain't what it used to be, so I'm pretty sure I haven't heard it before, but it was really cool. And then the way you were able to blend that musical style with your vocals, they complemented each other so well. Man, it's just a really unique sound you guys have going for you. It was really, really cool. So let's talk about this video. Did you guys happen to do this yourself as well, or did you have someone help you with that?
Yeah, we hired an artist who works well with AI because, you can try doing it yourself with AI, but most likely it will not create a whole music video that will make sense, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, correct.
So, yeah, that was an artist who works with AI. He got a general concept behind the scenes and behind this video, and yeah, that's how it worked out. By the way, about music videos, I wanted to mention that just 2 days ago, we were filming and finally did that. A music video for a new song, which is called Colors. We're going really crazy out there. We're throwing paints into each other. So, yeah, that's coming up soon as well.
Yeah, most definitely awesome. So I'm gonna dip into the chat a little bit. Just want to read a few comments, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Ryan is heartless female vocalist for the win. Badass women of metal. There we go. Yeah, we got a nice lineup tonight. We got two female fronted bands. That's awesome. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Ryan calling out Dom on his geography. Sorry. Yeah,
I went
funny.
to college, so geography wasn't what I studied for. So.
Right. Who needs to know how to read maps? Let's see. Scarlett. Honestly, you guys, the song was so refreshing. And Scarlett says she is going to be my best friend, whether she knows it or not. All right. Yeah, so forgive me, guys. I just want to read back, make sure I didn't miss any questions. But yeah, it looks like it's it. All right. So I will go with this question next. So this track, is it off of an album you've already released or an album you're working to release? How's that play?
That's both. I mean, that's a single for now, but it's going to become a part of the album as well.
And I'm sorry, did you mention what the timeline was for the album when that was going to come out?
There's no specific timeline right now because we're now concentrated on first releasing different singles, and then we will end up creating like the whole album. Because right now, probably you know that very well, that normally people, you know, they are more concentrated on different singles rather than whole albums. Back in the day, like maybe 5-10 years ago, it wasn't like that, but right now I think it is like that. At least it's exactly what every manager and every person that is into this industry told me about that.
Yep. And let's see, we got another question that popped in chat. How did you guys go about finding your manager again? That's the question.
Oh, that's pretty easy. If you know Indie Bible, that's one of the sources, as well as, you know, through spreading the word. But in this case, that was through Indie Bible. We were just talking to different people, reaching out to them. And it's been a while. And we thought that we will not be receiving response from this specific person. And it's been a few months later when this person finally answered. Okay. And he liked what he heard, and so on.
Awesome. And so let's see. I'm gonna double up some questions here. What platforms do you want people to go to check you guys out, and do you have merch available for anyone to go check out?
Yeah, you can find our merch through Spotify. There will be a Shopify link out there. Also, as for the platforms, I would highly recommend first and foremost Apple Music and also YouTube.
Awesome. So, I think that's all the questions I have. So is there anything else that we may have missed that you want to tell us?
I think that's it for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for those of you that may have joined in late, this is Next Door to Heaven. We have Gene and Daria here, and we just checked out their video. These guys came across the water and made their home in the States. And again, we need to send them a medal for finding a bassist and a machine drummer already. They're doing what the rest of us can't, and we've been living here our whole lives. So you guys win that for tonight. But again, thank you guys for taking the time to hop on the show and bring this awesome track. Everyone clearly enjoyed it. The music video was really, really awesome to watch too. Complimented the track well. And again, like I said earlier, all the bands that come on the show are always welcome to come back when they get new music. So whenever you guys start dropping some new stuff, keep in touch. We can get you back on. I'd love to have you guys back. And with that
will be really soon, I think, because Colors is coming up soon.
Hey, you guys know how to find me. You found me once, you can find me again. Hit me up.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And that was Next Door to Heaven. And we're going to slide on over to this handsome man here that joined us tonight. We got Ryan Ellis. Ryan, I was trying so hard not to like drop some of your resume, but why don't you fill us in who you are and what you got rolling?
Hey, so I am Ryan. On my platforms, I'm known as Ryan is Heartless because I kept that screen name from the MySpace days for whatever reason, and now I'm just too far in to change it, so it's got to stay like that. So it's going to be like that for the foreseeable future. I'm actually in a band with Dom here. We're in Distance is Dead, so named because, well, I guess we're only one state away from each other now, according to Dom. But
Yeah.
but I'm in California and he's in Washington, and we still write music together by sending each other files through Google Drive and Dropbox and all that good stuff. So we're working on music together, and I have all of a sudden found myself with a lot more time to do so because I was laid off from my job of 12 years, and I decided to not pursue another job with that company or with any other company. I'm going full force at music and trying to make something of it. So stoked to be here with y'all tonight, and stoked to be listening to some new music that I probably wouldn't have found if it wasn't for this Twitch stream. So I'm extremely grateful for that as well, because now I've got some new stuff to jam. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you.
He's being humble, so let me throw a few other things. So, well, I'll present him in question form. You are a GOC artist now, right?
Correct. Yeah. GOC guitars. Yeah.
Yeah, and also, oh man, I went blank all of a sudden. The pedal. You're working with Eric Huckstep, right? Or Eric
Yes,
Fowler.
yeah.
Eric Fowler.
Eric Fowler, yeah, with Substation Onyx. So he's got the opaque drive, which I don't know how that dude builds these things. I've watched some of the work that he does, and building a pedal is not an easy thing. It's kind of crazy how much work goes into this.
Yeah, yeah. So Ryan, I actually was following Ryan before the whole Distance is Dead thing. He's got some really cool content. He does a lot of guitar stuff, and one of the main reasons I like watching you is some of the tones you dial in, especially whenever you're trying new pedals and the GOC guitars. So I love seeing what you're doing. Being a guitarist myself, I love seeing all those different mixtures that you can come up with. So that's awesome. So if you're into watching videos like that, make sure you go find him. Again, it's Ryan is Heartless because MySpace never dies, or something like that. but yeah, he's gonna be hanging out with us the rest of the night. He's gonna be giving us his insight on all the remaining bands. And before we go, we're gonna plug him in one more time so you can make sure you write down where you can go find him. And as he said, he plays with Dom in Distance is Dead, and I think 2 of their tracks live on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. I'm gonna say that a few more times, by the way, Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist, because I really would love for everyone to go find it, save it. That is one of the biggest things about the show, is getting bands heard, and the playlist is what does it. You know, no one likes coming here and listening to me talk. They like listening to the music, and that's where it is. So again, Ryan, thanks for hopping in and joining us tonight. We got 2 more bands lined up, and the next one is going to be our other co-host that I put on mute all night. That's Bo and his band Elijah. They just dropped something. So Bo, what you guys got cooking?
Yeah, so we're just an Indiana MySpace core band, and we put the song out a couple weeks ago, right before we had like our little back shows. This is primarily written by our guitarist Vic. We were trying to fill out the last part of our set last year when we started playing shows, and he kind of had something that he was really pumped about, and we loved it and we ran with it. So
Hell yeah. So I got ahead of the game, and I got this track already on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. Told you I was going to say it a few more times. So we got Curses by Elijah. Get your ears ready. Here we go.
I've been reborn, the rain to fight. just fine. I will face that. I've been redefined. Live the fear at the surface. While diving deep below. No one could bear my conscience. It carries us Not been here before, rattled and broken, feeling the weight of it all. Been here before, wrapped in vastness, carry the weight of your face this world, your day. So throw me to the wolves. Throw me to the wolves. Just throw me to the wolves. Throw me to the wolves. Face it.
Oh man! All right, I'm stealing first dibs on this one. I want to say a few things, and then I'll get Dom and Ryan in here. And hang on, let me see. Vic's still around, right? In the chat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's in there.
All right. Good. I'm glad because I don't ever get to say this whenever Vic's around. I think. But you know what? Actually, let me start off with this. I'm gonna pick on my girlfriend. I love you, by the way. Don't get mad at me. So whenever we played the track, it kind of eluded her. She couldn't remember what you did in the band, Bo. So she heard the vocals and she goes, "Wait, that's not Bo, is it?" You know, thinking in the vocals. I'm like, no, that's not Bo. She goes, "Oh, okay." So she didn't recognize you. She thought it was you at first with the vocals. That was funny. I love you. You're cute. So I'm gonna say it now. You guys, with the past few tracks, I've been so freaking proud of. Not like you guys weren't writing great music before, but it's just like you guys just found like I said it last time you guys came on, like another gear, and it's totally like Elijah, but it's like Elijah on steroids. And Vic, I'm glad you're here finally, dude. You're a beast. I was it the last track you guys brought with the sweet picking, Bo? Was that the last one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, man. You got some clean picking there, man. Whenever we were going over that sweep picking part, we were like, man, is this guy actually sweeping it? Because it sounds like he's not. He sounds like he's kind of hitting everything. But
that was like a like he did that like in like 2 takes at the studio.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Steve's just doing all kinds of things I haven't heard him do before with his vocals, and just all around, man. You guys have just been putting out some really, really cool stuff. And I know you guys pride yourself on being MySpace core, but man, it's definitely starting to feel like it's got a little bit more of maybe modernish, and less of the MySpace now. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion, but I freaking love it. So before I say too much, I want to let Ryan hop back in here. Ryan, what did you think?
I absolutely love that. I hate comparing bands to other bands, but if y'all haven't heard of a band called Capstan, that's what that kind of reminded me of, because you started out really brutal with that intro, and then you went to this upbeat riff that just came out of nowhere. Like, I did not expect you guys to go to that up-tempo, upbeat riff coming right after that. and it just kind of slammed through that. But then the lead guitars start coming through as well, which normally, like if you were doing like a MySpace core kind of band, you wouldn't have those crazy leads over those riffs. You would just have like some octave leads or something of that sort, and something more simple. But you guys just went balls to the wall basically and threw those leads in there, and it sounded sick. But it still left room for the vocals, and that's something that is actually pretty hard to do, and have them not just like competing and have the listener just basically get lost in the mess essentially. So kudos there. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say, to be honest with you. There's so many labels I want to label that. Easy core comes to mind, like Chunk No Captain Chunk. I don't know, most people probably heard of them at this point, but the vocals remind me of that a lot, but heavier. So it's like if a day to remember, Chunk No Captain Chunk, and like Newfound Glory had a baby, and this beautiful baby is what you guys are. So loving it, man.
I like that. I like that.
All right. Sorry, Dom, you want to hop in here real quick?
Shit, bro. That was badass. Okay, kind of going off what Ryan was saying, like, yeah, it was heavy as shit. I was not expecting the turn. It literally went into like an easy core, kind of major kind of feel. And then you brought it back down in the minor with this chorus that kind of puts you in your feels. And yeah, dude, the picking that's happening, the vocals that's happening, dude, that was a banger. I know I love all your songs. This is my favorite now. I'm gonna be single-handedly give you, $1 of stream revenue for the next week. But dude,
that's a lot of hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, that was good. So, man, I don't even know what to say. I really enjoyed that a lot. If you couldn't tell, but I'm supposed to ask questions. Let's see.
What you got?
What was the tuning?
We always do drop A just to keep it simple. Eventually we'll probably step it up to where we're kind of using our fractal stuff that we use kind of in hybrid with amps and everything. Eventually we'll probably use it to where we're gonna maybe switch some tunings around here and there. Right now we're just our biggest thing right now is just to try to keep it as simple as possible. So it takes us as little time to possible, like as little time as we can to set up on a stage and then tear down and just get off. We're try to keep it simple as far as like, maybe only have them like to tap one or two switches during a song, because we kind of run it all with, again, like the fractals help us kind of MIDI switch us or whatever we're doing with that. So basically until we get to the point where we have to, we're just trying to keep it all drop A 7 string, so that we have standard tuning with the low A string basically, so we kind of can jump around to all kinds of different sounds and still have nice and chunk on that low A. But yeah, that was kind of always going to be my biggest thing, is just try to keep it kind of streamlined and just kind of go until we get kind of bored with writing in that same tuning. But right now we're still going pretty good with it. So I know Vic would like to probably drop it down a little bit lower sometimes, but
yeah, Vic,
we try to all the stuff that we kind of do with what we write is to try to kind of get right on that line of kind of proggy but pull back a little bit, so we kind of mix a lot of the genres that we love, but like the goal is to have a like song, where everybody's got their spots, vocals got to have space. Most of the bands that we play with now don't do any kind of lead stuff, so me and Vic kind of go back and forth between a lot of lead stuff, and he has like spots and songs where he has solos and things like that. So we try to make it, that's all. My biggest thing is always to make sure that everybody's got their own spots throughout the songs, to kind of shine a little bit and have fun, because that's just I want everybody to have input in the song, and everybody helps write the songs has always kind of been my goal. So
hell yeah. And honestly, I've said this every time, like, oh, you guys are kind of like finding your sound. For me, this song is like you guys have found something extremely unique, and like you said, like you're trying to mix all the genres in that you guys all enjoy into one. Like this meshed so well, it flowed so wonderfully to each transition into every part, and it just was so cohesive. I think you guys have found it. Like you guys have found yourself. That's it. You guys are done. Keep writing.
Yeah.
Drop A. There.
Yeah, we definitely we definitely kind of, when we start kind of passing songs around online back and forth, like, hey, what do you guys think about this? What do you think about that? You know, we do a lot of them, and it kind of, you know, what happens is at some point we might get halfway into writing a song, and then one of us just ends up coming up with, like, you know, a chorus or something like that, and then you hear it and you're like, no, we need to focus on that now. We just don't worry about that other song, we'll do it later, but let's focus on this. And that's kind of how these two, like these last two that we kind of threw together, came about. Was, you know, one of those things. Just Vic was like, hey, check this out, and we're like, nope, we're doing that now. Whatever we were working on, don't worry about it, we're going to work on this now. And then that's just kind of how it works. And I think we're just to that point where we just kind of know what we want to do next, and we have so much music to choose from that, you know, we just gotta pick it and just stick with it and just focus on that one thing and finish it. So
Ooh, let me hop in before I want to steal a second from Dom here. So when you're talking about this writing process and you hear that one thing and you kind of stick on it, and that's what you're building around, what was it on this track? I want to see if it's the part that I like.
I don't know. I mean, I think he really kind of, just from the get-go of the song, like when he kind of was shooting it to us, like the intro was so strong that it was just a lot of fun. Then you kind of, you know, again, come into that little kind of chorusy thing, like the slower thing. But it's that part where we actually release like the clean vocals, like that kind of third movement of the song.
Gotcha.
Once our singer heard that, and he heard in his head what his vocals were going to be over it, he just like threw it together, like, you know, in like 10 minutes one night, and was like, hey, this is what I want to do, and it's going to be awesome. Once he heard that and heard what he was going to do with vocals over it, like that was just kind of a done deal at that point.
Hell yeah. Sorry, Dom, back to you.
Oh, I was gonna wrap it up and pass it to you, but just remember, Bo. Okay, just remember us little people over here and your roots. When you guys get big and you guys are all touring, you have your two of your HVAC buddies are in here right now too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Remember us.
HVAC buddies.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like, you know, like we talk about that all the time. And I had a good conversation with one of the bands we just played with last weekend about that while we were walking, which, you know, is just, you know, we make the time to do all this stuff because of the people. Like, you'd never get to meet those people. You have no idea what, like, that one song can mean to somebody sometimes, you know? So that's why we do it. And I'll never be, I never like intend to be anything bigger than what we do, you know? Like, it's just all about just getting out and meeting some people and just having more people in your pocket to just, you know, be proud of knowing. So
yep. My turn, Dom. Yeah. All right, my turn again. I get the double dip tonight. Yeah. So remind me, Bo, didn't you guys? Was it you guys that played with Exit Wounds recently?
Yeah. So Exit Ruins is actually an Indianapolis band. So we played 2 Sundays ago with them, and they were extremely fun to play with. We had a great night that night.
Yep. And I'm looking back at chat too. Let's see. Scarlet Infinite. So nice when songs come together like that. I really love the heavy to the clean, flowy, open vocals. And I highlighted that comment just now to bring out because that's one of the things I do really like about Elijah. You know, we have a lot of really heavy bands that come on here, which is great. And it's normally high paced and a lot of growly, screamy, rah dinosaur. But you know, I just have a real soft spot for bands that kind of take you through the different paces, heavy, scream, then all of a sudden after they've beat you into the ground, all of a sudden they're picking you back up with their angelic voices and whatnot. So that's one of the things I do like about you guys, and this song definitely highlighted how you guys are able to do that. And again, like Dom said, I love all you guys' song, but this one's now my favorite from you guys, just so you know. But let me get back to business because I'm kind of getting away. I'm being softy and all that.
Oh, I will tell you one thing though, Forge. So just so your girlfriend knows, when we're playing this live, I'm doing all the backup vocals.
Hey, there you go.
So that's my other job in the band.
That was
is
her
to-
spider sense tingling. She knew something.
Yeah. So I have to pull that off, which is one of my ADHD superpowers. Is I don't know how, but I can just do it. Like if I know where the notes are supposed to be, I can just hit them.
Hell yeah, that's what I like. All right, business. Let's see. What platforms are your primary homes?
So yeah, we do stream on everything. But Spotify is obviously the one that we pay most attention to. And then we don't have an online shop yet. We need to get off our butts and set that up. But we do kind of sell merch at our shows and stuff. We got a couple shirts, and I think we got almost enough so that we can go ahead and get like another design printed up of those. So, but Spotify for now. We've got a link tree up on our Facebook. So if you don't use Spotify, we got links for everything up on there. And we'll be finishing up 4 or 5 more songs right now to start getting back into recording.
Oh, cool. Do you guys have any idea, or let me back up? First part of the question: is this going to be like a single release every so often, like everyone's kind of shifting to, or are you guys planning on just doing an album drop eventually?
We like to we switch producers to try to make it more streamlined so that we could just go back in and record and make it sound cohesive. So the songs that we're going to do, like go back into the same guy to record with, hopefully, we can get it to sound similar enough to these that we could put them on a full CD, with another 4 or 5 songs, but release them one at a time. Leading up to like a show or something is what we kind of like to do. Like the week before a show, we'll drop a song or something.
Awesome. I like that. I like that strategy. Cool. And for those of you that don't know, a CD is a round, shiny on one side and has art on the other side. Because I mean, we get some young people in here. We gotta teach them all that crap. We
were thinking about doing like a run of cassette tapes at some point.
Hell yeah,
because that is a thing. I've got a few cassettes from a couple of the bands that we play with.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little upset whenever my truck didn't have a CD player anymore. I was like, all that money's gone. All those CDs I bought, yeah. But no, man, love it. So again, everyone that may have joined a little late, this is Bo. He's here with his band Elijah. Bo is usually a co-host on the panel, but I told him he had to go sit in the corner and be a band tonight. So here we are listening to him. Oh yeah, shout out to Vic. Vic, also guitarist in the band Elijah. He's out in Twitch world chatting it in. He couldn't be on camera with us tonight. So be sure you go and find these guys on Spotify and all the other platforms. And guess where else on the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist? If anything tonight, you should remember that playlist. I don't expect you to remember much of anything else except, Dom's flowing hair and that playlist. And Oregon's not a state. Or on the map or whatever. That's the 3 things you need to leave here with tonight. But again, Bo, thanks for taking the time
to interrupted on that. Oregon does not exist to me. I work there. It's Washington. It's all Washington. Okay.
It's South Washington.
Sorry, my lights went out. I'm using a candle as my light right now. So
he's setting the mood.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
He's setting the mood for the after show.
He needs to go with his hair down one more time before the last band.
Stay tuned. All right. Yeah, so Bo, thank you for taking the time to step down and be one of the bands tonight, bring us this awesome track. We're definitely very pleased with what you guys came up with and super stoked for you guys, and can't wait to hear what the rest of them sound like. That's for sure. So hopefully you'll be okay with maybe sitting on the band side a few more times here coming up so we can check them out. All right. So real quick, let me recap real quick. So we had one of the last, we had Next Door to Heaven. We just talked to Elijah, and we have special guest Ryan Ellis here with us, helping us co-host tonight. Another little quick recap. Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist is where all the bands are on and all the bands before live. And I'm going to push the YouTube channel one more time because we do have it freshly up and running. We do have a ton of episodes on there now. We're trying to get people to go over and check them out. You know, all the bands are tagged there, so you can also find your way to the bands there as well. Banger Wednesday YouTube. Go there. If you want to join in on the giveaway, hit subscribe, costs you nothing. Type the word certified on any episode, and you could win a hoodie, a shirt, a hat. You pick the size, you pick the color, and you'll be swagged out. So, we got one more band tonight. Thanks again, Bo. Also joining us is World Shaper, and I have Miss Scarlett and Jason here with us. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about the band and the track we're about to get into?
What is up? I'm Scarlett. Hi, everybody. I am a vocalist in World Shaper, and let's let Jason do his introduction because I've been on the show before, so I want you guys to get some time with J-Man over there.
Yeah, sit down in the corner. Come on, J-Man.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm the guitar player for World Shaper. We've been a band for about a year now, working on music. The song that we have tonight is called Echoes of Self. And Scarlett, do you want to talk about what that's about?
I mean, let's just roll the thing, let's roll the thing and then we'll talk about it. Maybe that's a little bit funner.
Okay, all right. In the words of whatever that golden retriever's name was on the Bush Baked Beans commercial, time to roll that beautiful bean footage. We're going to check out World Shaper's track, Echoes of Self. They also sent in a YouTube video, so we had a lot of videos tonight. If you are listening at home, make sure you put your eyes on Twitch so you can enjoy it. So here we go, World Shaper.
Crawl into this bottomless hole in search for something that will never be enough. Will I fall and never get up? I can't escape this dream. I need to wake up. I need to wake up now. Inside the labyrinth, my own mind. True connections that were left behind. Threads of myself severed at the seams. Smile at the stranger that is me. Possessed by a hollow dream. Can you heal me now?
All right, as always, we go all the way to the end, just in case there's any surprises. But before I go to the first co-host to ask questions, oops, sorry about that. I didn't want it to play. I saw something that I got a question. Miss Scarlett, I'm not used to not seeing you play bass. What's going on here?
Okay, I've never played bass in World Shaper. I play bass in a completely different band that I'm in. So that might be where the confusion comes from. Oscar actually plays bass in World Shaper. So I just do vocals here, and he does all the screaming and he does the bass. So that is correct. What you're seeing there, that is not an illusion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got me.
Can I point something out real quick?
Sure.
You were saying how winning is finding a bass player. I just wanted to toot my own horn. I found 2 bass players for this you need to start a job of recruiting bass players for bands. You might make some money doing that.
You know what though? What we haven't found is a drummer, and that's the truth. We have an abundance of bass players, no drummer.
Fail.
Where are you guys? Where are you?
Fail. All right. So that was it. I just was like, wait, where is this bass player coming from? But okay, let me see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's let Dom go first. HVAC buddies.
Team. That's all right. That was freaking badass, dude. It's heavy as shit. I want this to replace all of my Call of Duty soundtracks because I know I made a reference earlier that you kind of sound like her at the last show. But yeah, dude, your vocals are amazing. The screams are freaking sick, and the layers that you guys put on throughout the song were just everything freaking it was awesome. So I guess my first question for you guys, walk me through the inspiration of this song.
Okay, yeah. So basically, when I started kind of writing lyrics to this, I was kind of like going in waves of just kind of the ups and downs of being like, is this worth it? Like, is my message getting across? Is like being a musician worth it? Like feeling like I'm not being heard, and then just having days where I straight up just like didn't like myself, And I just felt like I'm my own worst enemy sometimes. I'm like, why should I even try that? Why should I even do it? Like, it's going to be stupid. It's going to be dumb, whatever. And so I kind of like was really channeling those emotions when I wrote the lyrics for this song. And that's where a lot of this stems from. It's just kind of going through those battles of having days where you really like yourself, and then having days where you're like, dude, fuck that person. You know what I mean? Like, just those ups and downs and trying to navigate those. And I feel like, one of our biggest faults is just not trying something because we're scared or we fear it or whatever. And it's one of our biggest downfalls. And so I was like, I want to write a song about that because I don't feel like I'm the only person that feels that way. I really just don't. And so, yeah, that's kind of where it stemmed from. And then we all kind of talked about it a little bit, and we were like, yeah, let's do it, And it's super, fortunately for me, Jason and Oscar are so easygoing. It's just like, I have the best fucking bandmates ever, dude. Like, I know I cuss a lot. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's allowed.
Hey! I brought you in here. You're ruining my show with all that fucking cursing. No, you're fine.
It's the trade. It's the trade brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, so I'm so lucky because they're just the greatest guys. Like, they're so great bandmates. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Very seldomly do I get an idea and they're like, you're high, So that's kind of where it came from, and I'm really happy with it overall. Jason, do you have anything to add with that?
So with this song, basically the way that I compose these songs is I write it out fully. I write the guitars and I write the drums out, and I pass them along. And I have a couple different projects, so I like to have a stockpile of songs to like, so I'm not like rushing anything. But after The Phoenix Rises came out, our last single, I was like, I don't have anything. But then I realized I was going back through some of my files, and I saw that there was like a half written song already, and I was like, oh, cool, I'll just finish that. So that's, as far as like musically, that's how that came about. Like the first half of it was written at one point, and then I kind of pushed it off, and then I finished it later. But I was kind of in the same headspace too, a little bit whenever I finished it. So it kind of all worked together, lyrically and musically that way.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, if you're wondering if your message is getting across, guys, like it definitely is. That's I mean, that's deep. Everyone can relate to that, and it's something, especially, not that it wasn't a problem before, but I think post-COVID, post apocalypse, whatever we want to call it. It
Post
was
Malone.
Post Malone. Yeah, it was. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that can relate to that, with whether it's depression or getting inside your own head, and just kind of being your worst own enemy with, especially natural talents that you're given, or talents and skills that you fostered. We can definitely get in our own heads and tell ourselves, yeah, it's probably not worth it. But we're glad you guys are. It's because this was a banger of a song. It was awesome and it had a wonderful message. Second question, who did all of the video and the video editing?
So this is kind of funny. We shot the video. Everybody shot their own video on their phones. And basically, like, I had this really super last minute idea. But we were just going to make a lyric video, and I was like, sitting there one day, I'm like, wait, like, we could all go in front of like a black sheet and just film it on our phones, and then I can edit together some kind of video that's like passable so that we have a video, because we're all far away. Oscar's in Sweden. And so I'm like, but I really want us to have a video. Like, I think we deserve to have a video. But we have no budget. We have nobody to film it. We have, none of these resources. So I just asked them, I was like, one better than to just do it in front of a black sheet. I'm like, everybody has woods, right? Or everybody has access to trees. And they were like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, please do me a huge giant favor and put on a black hoodie and go in the woods and act like a crazy person and film yourself doing this. And I'm going to edit my first music video ever and make us a music video. And that's what happened. So that's why it looks super low budget, because it literally is a $0 music video. So that's that.
And it has character, and we love it. Yeah, that's right. Trees, Ryan. We need trees. But yeah. Speaking of Ryan, again, awesome song, guys. Like, I loved it. This was freaking. This is something I can relate to, especially lyrically, the message too. So I'll be listening to this one a lot. But I'll pass it on to Ryan now.
Hey, yeah, I mean, this made my little metalcore heart extremely happy hearing it. I can tell by the Darkest Hour shirt that we have a lot of the same influences, obviously. And obviously, I've talked to you both quite a bit in the past, and I've followed all of the music that you've released. So I'm a little bit biased here, but definitely loving this track here. First question, Jason, how hard is it for you to find guitars that you want, man, being a lefty?
It's really hard. I mean, luckily, I want 2, 4, 6, 8. I have about 13 guitars, but
so not too hard then.
It's not awful. I don't like to buy guitars off the internet because I like to play them first. But my favorite guitar right now is my Ibanez Prestige. It's an RG 1570, like, good old classic mid 2000s metalcore. But I got that one online, and I hated it for a long time because I don't like double locking guitars because it takes a long time to set them up, and I just don't have the time for that. But I got somebody to set it up and got it in a good tuning, so it's now it's my favorite. But usually I just go to a guitar store and I'm looking for something totally not a guitar, and they'll have a left-handed guitar, and I'm like, well, I guess I got to buy it.
Yeah, it's luck of the draw at that point. If they've got it, you kind of have to jump on it. I have a buddy that lives out here in the Bay Area with me, and he does the same thing. He'll walk in a Guitar Center and look at their used section. He just has to jump on a lefty if he finds it in there. So I know the struggle's real. I do the same thing with right-handed guitars too. If I see one, I gotta kind of buy one. So not so much anymore being unemployed. I gotta chill that a little bit. But now, as far as the vocal production on the song, so the scream sounded brutal, the clean sounded just angelic. Obviously, they sounded fantastic. But what was your process for the vocal production? Do you, Scarlett, specifically here, do you prefer to do like one takes, or do you prefer to do like a section at a time? Like what's your preference here?
For me personally, I like to do a section at a time. Just because like when it comes to recording, I try really hard to be like a little bit more of a perfectionist. So like I'll usually just set up Reaper and have like 4 or 5 tracks going down, and then I'll do like one recording and then the next one and the next one in a row. And then I'll go back through maybe like a day later and listen to each take and then kind of decide which one I think is the best. That kind of process just kind of works for me too, because then if I have a really long recording session for myself, I don't feel like I'm getting that like demo-itis where I'm like, oh, everything sounds great, and then I listen the next day and I'm like, this is dog shit, you know. So like I really try to like do my recording and do like sections of it and then come back the next day and be like, what of these are actually good enough, you know what I mean? Yeah. For being a DIYer anyways, because you don't have that like added element of having a producer or somebody standing over you and being like, do it again, it sucks, you know. You have to be your own person, and sometimes that's hard. So I like to just do it in sections. I don't know what Oscar does. Oscar's just a boss at screaming, so he probably just does that shit in one take and he's like, bye. I don't know,
Smokes a cigarette and then goes to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I like it. Yeah, that process makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't obviously record my own vocals, but I have recorded other people in the past too. It's always interesting to hear because it seems like every vocalist has their own way of doing it, especially when they record themselves. I hate the sound of my own voice. I'm glad I can't hear myself right now. So, do you ever have that? So you said that you like to come back to the vocal takes like a day or so later. Do you ever have that like, God damn, I hate all of these. I just can't stand the sound of my own voice kind of situation? And if so, how the hell do you get over that? Because I can't get over it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, and that again, you know, kind of like goes into that whole like self-doubt kind of thing that I feel like everybody kind of struggles with sometimes. Usually what I try to do though is just like focus really hard in on like parts that I might think are pretty good or that I kind of like, and then I'll try to just start with recording and making those a little bit better versus feeling so deflated that I'm like, I need to blow this thing up and start from square one. Like I try to find the good in the things first, and then I try to like capitalize on those good things, if that makes sense. So I think that kind of helps me get through that process a little bit more. So I don't know, but yeah, I agree. Like everybody is totally different when they do their vocal recording. I love hearing the inner workings of people's recording sessions because it's so different and there's no like one way that works. You know what I mean? It's just what works for you. But yeah.
No, it totally makes sense. And Jason, one last question for y'all. Along the same lines there, are you one of the guitarists like me who just hits record and it's on a loop and you'll play it 48 times before you get it right? Or do you practice it a bunch and then try and nail it in one take instead? Because if I look at my take folder inside of Logic, like literally it'll hit into the 60 and 70 takes sometimes on just trying to get one riff down.
I don't record a bunch of takes. What I do usually, like when I'm writing something, is I have a riff. I'm like, okay, what is the tempo? And then I like get a drum beat and I play it over it. And then I just go from there. I'm like, this would sound good afterwards. But I don't record a bunch of takes. I just record it one time through. And if I don't like it, I just erase it and redo it. Sometimes I'm like really on it and I can just one take like a lot. And other days I'm just like, I can't record anything, and I'll spend 45 minutes trying to record one riff. And then I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'll do this tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, it's usually, I just do one take, and then if I like it, cool. If not, I'll just do it again.
Nice. That makes sense, man. Similar, but I will do a million takes on there. So thanks for the answers there, y'all. The song is dope. I can't wait to listen to it some more. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah. So You know what? I want to pick on Scarlett a little bit in the HVAC crew. According to Scarlett, you spell HVAC, Fuck. She's got a potty mouth on her. But no. So actually, my first question, we're gonna go to Jason. In the video, you had a Schecter, and I just want to see how rusty I am because I know I'm rusty. Was that a C1 or a Hellraiser, or am I completely wrong on that Schecter?
It's actually a Demon 7.
I was close. I had Hellraiser, Hell Demon, same difference. Close enough. I win. No,
It's got the cross inlays like a Hellraiser does.
That's what got me. Nice. All right. So you know, Ryan kind of touched on it, the whole metalcore feel, and that's a genre that's near and dear to my heart, and I'm a sucker for those. I guess you call it the chorus you guys had, where you have your rhythm guitar ringing out, and then you had a lead over it. Man, whenever that's done right, you get that ring out, you get a good drum beat behind it, you got a nice lead to drive it through. I don't know, it's just something about that. I just love it. That was my favorite part in the song, honestly. That whole segment there. You guys did a really good job, and I do want to touch on the music video some because we're talking about how all this video was DIY and all that. And I don't know, let's just go quick down the rabbit hole history lesson. That's kind of what influenced me getting the show together and getting everyone in. You know, we go and you go down the YouTube rabbit hole, you watch all these guys that do the review reaction videos, which are great. I watch them all the time, but it was always, you know, the same bands that we know we're going to hear anyway, and, you know, $100,000 budgets for their videos and probably twice as much for the actual studio time. And, you know, and it's great. But then you start thinking about, you know, the guys like this, the ones that have to, like, you know, drag through the dirt and put things together on their own. You know, we don't get to even see a lot of these videos or hear a lot of these tracks. All that hard work you guys put out there just kind of goes to into the wasteland. So that's what kind of encouraged me to do this little show here. And so it's really cool to see when bands, you know, the budget's not there, but instead of just not doing something, they did what they could, and that's just, it's just really cool to see it. You know, you guys could have just did the lyric video like you said, or you could just did nothing, but you didn't. You did something more. So kudos to you guys for that. It was definitely a great watch, and again, I'll say it again, the track was awesome too. I really loved it. So let's see. I gotta get down to the business questions. That's what I normally handle. So, platforms. Where do you want people to go to check you guys out?
I think me and Jason are.
So,
yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay. So I focus a lot on Spotify. So you know, I'm looking at our Spotify stats every day and whatnot. So you can find us on Spotify at World Shaper. You also can follow along with us in our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. In our bios on Instagram, we have a link tree to all of our tracks and merch and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just to point that out, he did say they have merch available, so make sure you go check that out. What kind of merch you guys are rocking right now?
Currently, we have T-shirts available, some with our old font and our old logo, and some with our new font and new logo. We have T-shirts like black shirts with white letters and white shirts with black letters. We do have a hoodie. We have a mug. We have stickers. We got some cool stuff on the website.
All right. And, you know, I missed the question here. Bo wants to know, what plugin did you use for your guitar?
So for everything that I'd done prior to this song, I used ML Sound Lab Roots and the ML Sound Lab Block Letter. But for this one, I used the Neural DSP Gojira plugin.
Hey, Bo. Nice. The streak is back, baby.
It continues.
Yeah, so let me just plug this in for everyone real quick. So, since season 1, episode 2 of Banger Wednesday, at least one band on every episode had the Neural DSP Gojira plugin. At least one band every night, and we did that deep into this season, and it finally ended, unfortunately. But apparently, it's been resurrected. So now we're trying to get that rekindled. So that's why Bo saved the day by asking. Nice. And believe it or not, Neural DSP doesn't give a shit, because I did message him. Hey, look, dude, we got this really awesome story. They're like, spam, junk, block, report, probably on my email. But yeah, so okay, so we asked about that. So you guys are doing some distance stuff, and so that means kind of gigging's kind of difficult. This track is part of, and maybe you guys touched on this and I wasn't paying attention because I suck, but is this part of an album coming up?
Okay.
This you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. You don't suck ever. But also, we have the strategy of like single releases, kind of like you know how most people are doing it now, because that's kind of like what you're supposed to do. We do intend to release enough material that it would equate to an album for sure. And the only reason that live shows are, you know, off the table is because we are so far, but we're really, really hoping that eventually one day we can get on with a label and they will pay for us all to see each other and tour, and it will be glorious.
Yeah.
And that's what we're hoping. Yeah, awesome. That's you know, we wish we can, one can dream, but yeah, we would love to gig if we could.
Nice. So let's see. I'm reading back through chat here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Ryan, he said no plug-in. He picks so hard he distorts the air waves around him. I like that. I like that a lot. That's funny. All right. Let's see. I'm scrolling back in. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I got distracted. Just we were talking, and I forgot I was supposed to be reading all this stuff. It's because I don't, want to read your stuff, I guess. Apparently, there was a conversation about trees in Oregon, which is fake news because Oregon doesn't exist. All right. Enough screwing around.
That's damn right. Damn right.
All right, enough screwing around. I'm sorry. I got carried away. All right. So, Scarlett, Jason, for those of you guys hopping in, we got World Shaper. They're wrapping up the night for us. We just checked out their new track. We had a video. We're going to put this is available on Spotify, right, Scarlett? Jason? Yeah? Okay. We're going to get this added onto, guess where? The Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. It'll be on there along with all the other bands that came on tonight. So make sure you get that playlist added so you can enjoy it all. And, I think I asked most of the questions I had as well. Scarlett, Jason, is there anything else that you want to fill us in on that I may have missed? No. So, recap real quick. Dom's hair. Oregon doesn't exist. The Banger was a Spotify playlist. That's your homework. That's all you need to remember. Okay. All right. I keep bullshitting. I'm sorry. Recapping the whole night tonight, we had one of the last. We had Next Door to Heaven. We had Elijah. We have World Shaper with us right now. And we also had special guest Ryan Ellis joining us tonight. Really cool show. We got a bunch of different little flavors throughout the night, a bunch of videos. We love getting videos. And let's see. You know what, Ryan? I'm going to bring you back up here on the big screen real quick. I just want you to remind everyone where they can come find you, because you were a great co-host, man, honestly.
Thanks, man. It's been fun. This is actually a really cool stream. Y'all can find me at Ryan is Heartless on pretty much anything that is considered a social platform. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. Probably be here on Twitch at some point. Not sure just yet. Obviously, I'm here on Twitch right now, I guess. So that's goes without saying. But yeah, thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it. This was a really fun stream, and now I've got 4 new bands to listen to tonight. So
hell yeah. And again, Ryan, I love watching his videos because he's a guitar player, so he does some really cool stuff. So if you like watching guitar videos, make sure you stop by, check him out. He's got some really cool guitars. He's got some cool new pedals he's been playing around with. So there is a ton of awesome content for you to lose yourself in, so make your way over that way and check him out. Special thanks to also Bo and Dom for as always, having my back on the show. Bo had to step back today and be a band member instead of a host, but thanks to you guys for sticking around, and thanks to everyone on Twitch that showed up. We'll remind everyone that this episode will be up on Twitch for a little while. I think it's like a couple weeks, so Twitch will keep it, and then I will have it over on YouTube. Please go to YouTube. We got it up and running. It's got all these awesome episodes on it. You go over there, you click subscribe, you type the word certified, and you can win a bunch of free shit. Just do it. It's easy. And again, to recap on the year, we're starting to wrap up season 3. We're going to probably do one episode in December, the holidays and everything. We'll do one episode in December. We'll do that giveaway announcement, and we'll wrap up season 3, and we'll be here in 2025 for season 4. So stick around for that. And I'm going to say it one more time. Banging Wednesday Spotify playlist. Please go at it. It's doing really awesome things for a lot of bands. We've been fortunate enough to get international bands on the show. So, it's networking. It's like an unofficial networking thing. The playlist, you get listeners from all over the world checking out their local band, and then next thing you know, they're listening to you guys across the world. So please go at it. Save it. Yeah, so I'm getting a little cotton mouth because I've been talking a lot and bullshitting. I think that's going to be it. So, for those of you that are new to the show, we normally wrap it up by playing a track off of, guess where, the Banging Wednesday Spotify playlist. So, we're going to play one track out of there, and we'll call it a show. So, let me scroll through here real quick, and let's pick somebody. You know what, Bo? You didn't get the host tonight. Why don't you pick somebody? Come on. Who you want to hear? He's thinking. Elijah's off the table. You can't play them, dude.
Kingseeker.
I'm sorry?
Kingseeker.
Oh, you want to do Kingseeker? Okay. All right, yeah, so this is New Horizons by a band called Kingseeker, and if I'm not mistaken, they are in Norway. They were one of our international bands, so good choice. These guys, I think, were late season 1? Yeah, late season 1. All right, so as always, stay safe, keep banging your heads, and we'll see you on the next episode of Bang Wednesday. Here we go.
When I look into the mirror, comes to consideration. New lights I now see. With renewed strength and motivation, I look at life in celebration.